विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी महाराज जगद्गुरु शिल गुरुपाद जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज शिल गुरुपाद अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से हो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन धाम की वृंदावन धाम की नवदीप धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी देवी की श्री नाम संकीर्तन की समवेत भक्त वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंद all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Guranga, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So thank you all for coming for today's very special Sunday feast program. So today is a very interesting topic. So when Vishnu Guru asked me to speak on this, I was not sure where to start, but he gave me the direction. So we are going to start with Bhagavad Gita, but as Mahashivratr mentioned, today is a very special day also, Mahashivratr, and it is a special day dedicated to Lord Shiva. But there is very big confusion about who Lord Shiva is. So we will start with Bhagavad Gita, and then we will sail through that, and then we will find it out. The position of Lord Shiva and how do we basically approach Lord Shiva on today's special day. So we'll start with this verse. This is a verse from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7. Anyone know the title of chapter 7?
Knowledge of the Absolute.
The knowledge of the Absolute. Means, in this chapter, Krishna is giving knowledge about himself. So we'll start here. This verse number 20. So I'll recite and then after that you can follow. And then we'll go through the translation of the book. Kameste sthirata jnana prapadanti devata tam tam niyamam asthaya prakritaya niyata swaya kameste hata jnana prapadanti devata tam tam niyamam asthaya prakritaya niyata swaya kameste hata jnana prapadanti devata tam tam niyamam asthaya prakritaya niyata swaya. And some devotee.
कामेशते स्थिररत ज्ञान प्रपद्यन्ते अन्यदेवता तं तं नियमम् आस्ताय प्रकृत्या नियता स्वया
कामस्तरितज्ञाना प्रपद्यन्ते अन्यदेवताः तं नियमम् अस्ताय प्रकृत्यन्यतशः
कामस्तरितज्ञाना
कामस्तरितज्ञाना
प्रपद्यन्ते
प्रपद्यन्ते देवता
तं नियममस्ताय
तं नियममस्ताय
प्रकृत्या नियता स्वया
प्रकृत्या नियता स्वया.
We will go for a word for word translation and then we will translation and some purport we will discuss. Kame, by desires. Tai, various. Vrata, deprived of. Jnana, knowledge. Prapadayante, surrender. Anya, to other. Devata, demigods. Tam, corresponding. Niyamam, regulations. Asthaya, following. Prakritya, by nature. Niyata, controlled. Swaya, by their own. Translation and purport by Sima English. Average Channel and Mahashivratr. Those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulation of worship according to their own natures. Those who are free from all material contamination surrender unto the Supreme Lord and engage in his devotional service. As long as material contamination is not completely washed off, they are by nature non-devotees. But even those who have material desires and who resort to the Supreme Lord are not so much attracted by external nature. Because of approaching the right goal, they soon become free from all material lust. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is recommended that whether one is a pure devotee and is free from all material desires, or is full of material desires, or desires liberation from material contamination, he should in all cases surrender to Vasudeva and worship him. As stated in Bhagavatam 2.3.10. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kamo dharati tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. Less intelligent people who have lost their spiritual sense take shelter of demigods for immediate fulfillment of material desires. Generally, people do not go to the Supreme Personality of Godhead because they are in lower modes of nature, ignorance and passion, and therefore worship demigods. Following the rules and regulations of worship, they are satisfied. The worshipper of demigods are motivated by small desires and do not know how to reach the Supreme goal. But a devotee of the Supreme Lord is not misguided. Because in Vedic literature, there are recommendations for worshipping different gods for different purposes. For example, a diseased man is recommended to worship the sun. Those who are not devotees of the Lord think that for certain purposes demigods are better than Supreme Lord. But a pure devotee knows that Supreme Lord Krishna is master of all. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila 5.142, it is said, Ekle Ishvara Krishna Arsa Bhaktya. Only the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is master and all other are servants. Therefore, a pure devotee never goes to demigod for satisfaction of his material needs. It depends on the Supreme Lord, and the pure devotee is satisfied with whatever he gives. Om Jnana-Timirasya Jnana-Shalakaya Chakshur-Gurumita-Mina Tasmai-Shri-Gurumena Sri Chaitanya-Manokrishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa-Karamana-Dadati Swapnani Vandeham Shri-Guru Shri-Yuga-Padayandram Shri-Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri-Rupam Sagrajatam Sahena-Raghunathamritam Tam Sadyam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana-Sahitam Krishna-Chaitanya-Devam Shri-Radha-Krishna-Padam Sahena-Vita Shri-Vishaka-Mritamsha Namo Vishnu-Padaya Krishna-Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namni Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pachani Nirvishesha Shri-Vati Paschatya Deshadani Vancha Kalpataruveshcha Kripasindhu Vevacha Patitanam Pavavibhyo Vaishnava कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने कृष्ण नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तवतारं भक्तारं नमामि महाशक्तिं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकां राधा प्रार्थनामस्तु तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वानंद सुते देवी प्रणमामि कहती जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So in Bhagavad Gita, so Krishna, as we see this, we are in 7th chapter. So 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita describe, mostly talks about Karma Yoga and various processes of yoga. And in the 7th chapter onward till chapter number 12, the middle section of Bhagavad Gita talks about Bhakti Yoga. And the first topic that Krishna is explaining in the 7th chapter is about knowledge about himself. And we know the last 6 chapters from chapter number 13 to 18 talks about Jnana Yoga. So in this 7th, if we go back like the end of the 6th chapter, Krishna says that Yoginam api sarvesham madgate antaratmana Shraddhavan bhajite yoma Samayutamamata. So there Krishna explained that anyone who worships me with full love and devotion, concentrating on my form, is best devotee. So there Krishna gives the hints like who is my best devotee. So in the 7th chapter here, Krishna is explaining that how to know about Krishna and how to achieve that state where we can become a pure devotee. So here in this chapter, our Acharya explained there are various kind of bhaktis are explained. So first 3 verses of Bhagavad Gita explains about the knowledge about Krishna. Then verse number 4 till 12 in the 7th chapter talks about that Krishna is the source of all material and spiritual energies. Everything comes from Krishna. And then, so somebody might ask question that if Krishna is the source of everything, why don't everyone surrender to Krishna? So I'm coming to the topic like we see in Vedic system there are many gods, many demigods are there. Right? So there are we see people are worshipping different gods. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna clearly saying that I am the source of everything. I am the source of all spiritual material energies. But question comes that why people go to other gods to get something? What is the reason? So then Krishna explains there is that they are all deluded by my potency or Maya. So in the verse number 13, Krishna says that my potency, external potency, Maya is very powerful, which is comprised of 3 modes of material nature: passion, goodness, and goodness. And people are getting bewildered by these 3 modes. That's why they could not understand the position of Krishna, and then they go to other demigods for fulfillment of their desires. So then, in the 15th verse, Krishna explained that which are the 4 types of people who don't surrender to me, don't approach Krishna. He explained that. And in the 16th verse, he explained that 4 types of people who approach me. There are 4 types of people. Anyone know who are the 4 types of people in verse number 16?
The wise is one of the, should I say all 4?
Yeah, you can say whichever. The wise.
Wise.
The last one you said the jnani. Okay. What are the other 3? Who said Jigyasu? Yes. The inquisitive. And what are the first 2?
Arthi.
Artha. Artha means who is distressed, who has some problem in their life. And the 4th one? Arthati. Who is looking for some material money, some financial help. So Krishna is explaining that people who are distressed, like people who are suffering from disease or some material, some kind of job problem, family problem, and they are broken. We see So many people are there in the society right now who are basically having suffering with these problems. So they approach Krishna. I don't know about all of you, but many people come to this here in the temple. They have their own different problems. They come to God to solve that problem. Right? So we see in Srimad Bhagavatam there is an example of Gajendra. This elephant, Gajendra, he was being attacked by a crocodile in the water, right? Crocodile attacked him, and then Gajendra was about to die because of this attack. But at the end moment, he called Krishna for the help, and Krishna came and helped. So that's an example of like people who are in distress when they call Krishna, Krishna comes and helps. Right? So then there's an example of Artharthi, the person who is looking for money, power. We have example of Guru Maharaj, who is a devotee who initially approaches Krishna to get some kingdom. And what kingdom he was looking for? He was looking for a kingdom greater than Lord Brahma. And then we have like in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the beginning, there are Saunaka Rishi and the sages. They were very inquisitive to know about the law. They want to know what is the difference between soul and super soul and what is the relationship. They were very inquisitive. And the fourth one is the wise, like who know about God and then approach Lord with some love and devotion. So out of these four, Krishna says the wise is the best. Because he is approaching me without any desire. Srila Rupa Goswami says, Bhakti means Anya Vilasya Shunyam Jnana Karmadhyanavartam Anukulya Krishnanu Shrinam Bhakti Uttamam. So when we perform bhakti to Lord Krishna, then bhakti should be unmotivated, uninterrupted, without any desire. And it should be free from all material desire, including jnana and karma. And it should be done favorably for the pleasure of Krishna. That's the bhakti characteristics that Srila Rupa Goswami explained in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So here we see that in this particular verse, it's mentioned that those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires surrender into demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own nature. So there are devotees who are pure, who are free from three modes of material nature, contamination of this Maya, and there are non-devotees who are contaminated by three modes of material nature. So what they do is they think, because they do not understand the position of Krishna, so they go to the various other demigods for fulfillment of their material desire, which is called the lust, kama. So if you see in a Vedic literature, it's mentioned that if you are a diseased person, you can go to sun god. And then you worship sun god to get free from the disease. There is, like if you want a good husband or wife, you can worship goddess Durga, Uma Devi, and then you can find no for that. And then if you are looking to get very qualified in learning, so you go to goddess Saraswati to get those kind of things. So in all the cases, people are basically looking for some benefit for themselves. They are worshipping the demigods not for the worshipping, but they are worshipping because they have some material motivation behind it. They want something out of that worship. They go to demigod, approach demigod, and they want something out of the worship. That okay, I am going to do this kind of fasting, or I am going to do this kind of worship, and in return I want this much. Please give me this one. What we call in Hindi called manoti. People are basically asking for they have some desire in their heart, and for that they go to different demigods, temple, and they want to get fulfilled those desires. So they are motivated by the material desires. But bhakti is free from material desires. But one interesting thing is that, so if somebody have material desire, can they come to Krishna? Because generally what we are saying is that bhakti should be without free from material desire. But the purport Srila Prabhupada explained, giving reference from Srimad Bhagavatam, that even you have material desires. First of all, material desires are not very conducive to bhakti.
If you really interested in pure bhakti, you should free from material desires. But in the initial beginning stage, it's hard to give up material desires because there are people who are still looking to satisfy their desires. So what to do? Can they approach Krishna? So there Srila Prabhupada gives a reference from Srimad Bhagavatam, Akama, Sarva Kamova, Moksha Kamodharni, Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajit Purusham. If you have no desire, suppose you like as devotees, here we are all Krishna conscious devotees, we have no desire, we are coming here to serve Krishna out of love. We are not looking for the material desire. But if you have some desires and you have any sort of desire, probably you want to get good career, you want to get good education, good money or whatever. Bhagavatam recommends that there is no need to go to any demigod for that. There is no need to go to any demigod. You can directly come to Krishna. Krishna can fulfill all the desires because Krishna is the secret in the heart of all living entities. Krishna can fulfill everybody's desire. So Akama Sarva Kamova Moksha Kamodharni. Either you have desire for liberation, you can approach Krishna. So, but still we see that many people they are not approaching Krishna. Not like how many people really come to Krishna for asking even money. Krishna is ready to give. Like Dhruva Maharaj came to Krishna and he wanted a kingdom greater than his great grandfather, who is Lord Brahma. Suppose Dhruva would have approached demigod, Lord Brahma, or in Surya, Chandra and all, and asked like, give me a kingdom greater than your kingdom. Can demigod give things which are beyond their control? They cannot give, like, because Lord Brahma himself is basically like having like limited control. So Lord Brahma cannot give. Another example is Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu performed tapasya and he was looking to want to become immortal. If you see Srimad Bhagavatam, like Hiranyakashipu performed great worship of Lord Brahma and he wanted to become immortal. And for that he was worshipping Lord Brahma. But what Lord Brahma said, well, I cannot give because I myself is not immortal. I cannot give you this immortality. You ask something else. So then he tricked Lord Brahma and he asked different benedictions one by one. I should not be die the day, I should not die the night, I should not be killed by the living entity, by animal, by any weapons or so he gave a lot of combination to think that okay, by this I will become immortal. Nobody can actually defeat this type of combination. So, but Lord Krishna, like you cannot cheat Lord Krishna. So he found a way and he came as Lord Narasimha and killed Hiranyakashipu. And then he told Brahma, why you give that kind of benedictions, you just give. This is very difficult to give this, but you give beyond your range. But still I am fulfilling your whatever benediction you give. But next time don't give this kind of benediction. So like non-devotees, they approach like demigods for fulfillment of their material desires. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that they are less intelligent. Why they are less intelligent? Because they do not understand the position of Lord Krishna. And they do not understand the position of the demigods. Say, if even like what to ask from what, they really don't understand. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna clearly says that Ham sarvasya prabho mata sarvam karosate iti matva bhajatema bada bhav samana. That I am the source of everything. And even Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma says that Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadirada Govinda Sarva Karana. Krishna is the Param Ishvara. He is the supreme controller. He controls everything. Everything in the spiritual world, everything in the material world is controlled by Krishna. So, when Krishna is the everything, he is the controller, but still, they are not approaching Krishna because they are less intelligent. So, people who go to demigod, they do not understand proper the position of Krishna and they go there. So, how we can become intelligent? So, to become intelligent is to read Bhagavad Gita. People who are reading Bhagavad Gita, they immediately get intelligence. Because here Krishna is saying that Sarva Dharman Pratyajya Mamekam Sharanam Praja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshe Shami Mahamsa. Krishna is very clearly saying that I am the, please surrender to me, give up all your variety of religions, just surrender to me and I will protect you from all sinful reaction. But still people are not following because they are not reading Bhagavad Gita. So here, this is very important thing that Krishna explains here, is that people are less intelligent and they are motivated by their material desires. Now, if you go back and try to understand that who are demigods actually. Suppose if people are not coming to Krishna and they are doing demigods, who are actually demigods? So demigods are basically like empowered, authorized, living entities. Demigods are a human being. Krishna, he is a supreme personality Godhead. He comes in the category of, we call it Vishnu Tattva, right? And demigods are nothing but the empowered living entities. Even you can become demigod. You know what is the qualification to become Indra? This is qualification. You know, suppose if you apply for any job position here, they give you qualification. Okay, you have to fulfill these qualifications, then you can apply for the post, right? So similarly, there is qualification to apply for the post of Indra. So if you perform 100 Ashwamedh Yajnas, then you are qualified to apply for the position of Lord Indra. That's the post. You can apply, like, but one thing we need to understand here is that, like here we see, like we have government here in United States here or any other country, we have government, and there is a head of the government, and then there are different ministers are there. So here people select who's going to rule. People vote and then you get selected. So here, like position ministers and president and prime minister, they are being selected by elected by the people. But the universal government, the Lord Krishna is the supreme. In the universal government, there is no election. They are selected by the Lord. Okay, if this person is qualified, he will going to become the Lord Indra. He is going to become Lord Brahma. He is going to become Chandra. He is going to become Surya or whatever. So there is selection. So Lord, these are different demigods are nothing but these are different posts. And anyone can actually go and sit on that post as long as Lord Krishna appoint them. We need to get an appointment letter from Lord Krishna and then we can go to that post. And there are 33 crores, like 33,000, like these are demigods. And they are various, they are all in the heavenly planet, they are controlling different varieties of universal affairs. Somebody is in charge of air, somebody is in charge of water supply. We have like water department, we have air department, we have like finance department. Kubera is like a treasurer of the demigods. Indra is the controller of the rain. Like Surya is the controller of light. Chandra is controller of rasa. These are all demigods have certain functions. But because they are empowered by the Lord, they actually get power from Lord only. They are not getting their own independent power. So they are getting empowered by the Lord and they have limited power. They have not unlimited power. They cannot give you whatever you want. They cannot give you. They will only give you what is in their control to a certain extent. And that too also, in the next verse, Krishna explained that too also they will give only when I sanction. Krishna is in the next verse, Krishna explained that I am sitting in the heart of all living entity as Ishvara. Even you, me and everybody's heart, Krishna is sitting. Similarly, the demigod's heart also Krishna is sitting. So when somebody wants something from demigod, they go to demigod for asking for some benefit. They cannot get until Krishna approves. Until Krishna gives the power to demigod, they cannot give anything to you. So eventually it's coming from Krishna only. Krishna is saying, even though you are going to demigod, but you are indirectly taking from you. So that's an indirect process. But they are very limited. And also, if you go to demigod to get some material benefit, they are not very auspicious for you also. Say for example, I give you comparison. Dhruv Maharaj approached Lord Krishna to get material benefit. Like he wanted kingdom greater than his great grandfather. So what he got? He got Dhruv Loka, pole star. You know, in the sky you see the pole star. That's the planet for Lord Dhruv Maharaj. And he is going to leave this planet for the end of this universe. Till that he is going to rule there. It's like this planet is like a Vaikuntha planet that he got. And because of that, he is glorified all over the world. The devotional service that he performed to Krishna. And on the other side, we see Ravana. He performed worship of Lord Shiva. And then what happened is that because he was looking for material benefit from Lord Shiva, what happened is that he was killed by Lord Ram. That even though those benefits what he got from the Lord, from the demigod, they are basically not benefit for him. So even though we see in Srimad Bhagavatam it is in Vedas is recommended to approach certain demigod, but we need to understand that those benefits that we are getting from the demigod, they are not auspicious. So demigods are basically nothing but they are living entity like you and me, but they are empowered because they have performed some good devotional service in their previous life with some material desires. If you are devotee of Krishna and you are worshipping Lord with material desire, you will become a demigod. So we should not worship Lord with any material desire. Dhruv Maharaj is a perfect example. When he saw Krishna, he was lamenting that why I ask for material benefit from the Lord. Because if you get material benefit, then you stuck here. You cannot go back home back to Lord. In order to go back home back to Lord, you should be free from all material desires. If you think of material desire, you will stay. So now these demigods, there are so many of demigods are there, and head of the demigod, these are all the demigods, but topmost demigod is Lord Shiva. But now somebody might say that is Lord Shiva a living entity? Because I say like most of the demigods are living entity. Is Lord Shiva a living entity? No. Lord Shiva is not living entity. So then who is Lord Shiva? Is Lord Shiva is coming in the category of Lord Vishnu? No, he is also not coming in the category of Lord Vishnu. So therefore Lord Shiva is in a special position. It comes in between Lord Krishna and the living entity in between. He comes and we basically identify as a Shiva Tattva, but actually it's Lord Shiva only. And there is no other except than Lord Shiva. So how do we understand that? So Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma explains Kshiram yatha dadi vikar vishesh yoga sanjayate naitha pratagasti eko yaha shambhu kamata sampaiti karya govinda mali kusham pramam bhajami. So we have milk, right? We see milk. Milk is pure. We get cow milk pure. So if you want to make curd out of milk, we have to put some impurities in that, some acids, something we need to put, and then it converts into the curd. The yogurt, some people call yogurt, some people call curd. Then it's transformed into that. So it is a milk that gets transformed into the curd, right? By producing some impurities in there. By nature, milk is pure, and when you put some impurities, it's become curd or yogurt. So Brahma Samhita explains that Lord Krishna is milk. But when you put some impurity there, then it's transformed into curd. That curd or yogurt is Lord Shiva. So Lord Krishna has multiple energies, various energies. One of the energy of Lord Krishna is internal potency or internal energy. And one of the energy of Krishna is called external energy or the Maya potency. And we, a living entity, are the marginal potency in between. Right? So Lord Krishna never comes directly in contact with Maya, the external potency. Only when Lord Krishna comes in contact with Maya or Lord Vishnu comes in contact with Maya, that time he transforms into Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva is a special position. So Lord Shiva is basically an incarnation of Lord Vishnu only, but when he is in contact with Maya. Means these three modes of material nature when he comes, and he has a special function. Lord Shiva's special function is that we see like Lord takes three guna avatars: Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, and Lord Shiva. So Lord Brahma is a creator. Creator is the secondary creator. He does the creation in this universe, in this particular universe. Whatever the initial ingredients created by Lord Vishnu, he used that and he created different bodies. That's why we call Lord Brahma as a creator and Lord Vishnu as a maintainer, who maintains the with the whole universe, and then ultimately Lord Shiva destroys everything. So Lord Shiva is a destroyer. This is a from Tattva perspective where Lord Shiva stands. But see, now what happens is that, as I said initially, that there are devotees and there are non-devotees. Devotees who are free from material contamination, and there are non-devotees who are contaminated by three modes of material nature. So devotees who are free from material contamination, they also approach Lord Shiva, but in a different position. And the devotees who are the non-devotees who are contaminated by three modes of material nature, they approach Lord Shiva in a different way. That is the difference. That's why it's very confusing. People say Lord Shiva is there. Like some people are worshipping Lord Shiva, and devotees are worshipping Lord Shiva in a different way. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that Vaishnavanam Yathashambhu. Among all the Vaishnavas, Lord Shiva is the supreme. Vaishnavanam Yathashambhu. So somebody might say that, how come Lord Shiva is a demigod? We are just saying, so how come he is a Vaishnava? But as I say, Lord Shiva is nothing but the incarnation of Lord Vishnu only, and he is the foremost devotee who is always worshipping Lord Vishnu. Now what is the proof? Proof is that when Lord Vamandev appeared, so he begged 3 steps of land from Bali Maharaj. So in one step, he covered the whole universe. In the second step, when he was taking his feet on the top of the universe, because of that, the covering of the universe ripped off, and from there, the spiritual water from the Karna ocean came to this world, that became the river Ganga, the water Ganges. And that water, when it came to this earth planet, the Lord Shiva took that water and put it on his head. Because he always worshipped Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, Lord Rama as his Lord. So the devotees, the devotees who are free from material contamination, the Lord Shiva is the foremost devotee. Lord Shiva is a Vaishnava Nekasam. And we also see that in Vaishnava Sampradayas, there are 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas. We are in Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya. There is a special Sampradaya that Lord Shiva himself started. That's called Rudra Sampradaya. Because he is a Vaishnava, that's why he started this Sampradaya, where he is worshipping Lord Radha and Krishna. And then we see that Lord Shiva also, many places in Srimad Bhagavatam it mentioned that Lord Shiva, wherever reference comes for Lord Shiva, is always reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. What you see, wherever reference came, it came that he is always reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. He is chanting the holy name of the Lord all the time. So, Lord Shiva, one of the place we see there in 4th canto, where he actually preached the prachetas and actually glorified Lord Krishna by reciting the various beautiful verses that were Rudra Gita. So, and another thing is that we see Lord Shiva's position is that he is one of the Mahajans. There are 12 great personalities. In this world, there are 12 great personalities who know the Bhagavad Dharma very well. Bhagavad Dharma is our eternal duty towards Lord Krishna. And they are the propagators. They are the preachers of those Bhagavad Dharma. And there are 12 Mahajans. And one of them is Lord Shambhu, Lord Shiva. Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, they are, and then Swayambhu Manu. They are 12 Mahajans, and one of them is Lord Shiva. So, this is a position of Lord Shiva. And he is a controller, but many people know that Lord Shiva is one of the name of Lord Shiva is Ashutosh. He became very much pleased, very easily pleased. Right? So, if devotee approach Lord Shiva and glorify Lord Shiva, he became very pleased and he will give you devotional service. But if non-devotee approach Lord Shiva and they ask for benediction, so whatever Lord Shiva has in his control, he gives the benediction. But because non-devotee, they are contaminating, that benediction will basically destroy themselves. There are many instances you see the demons, various demons, they worship Lord Shiva for ask for some material powers. But is there anyone who becomes successful by getting the material power? They all get destroyed over the period of time because they are approaching for material benefit. But we have seen example like in Srimad Bhagavatam that devotees glorify Lord Shiva not for material benefit but to engage in devotional service. That is acceptable, but not for material benefit. Because material benefit, when you get from the demigods, from Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, they will not help you. They will either become opposite to, become against your devotional service. But if you get material benefit from Krishna, that is benefit. If you get help from, if you really need material benefit and you come to Krishna for that, even Krishna will fulfill your desire and that will be auspicious for you. In Srimad Bhagavatam, in the first canto, second chapter, verse number, if I remember, 28, something like that, which clearly explains that any material benefit that you get from Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna is very beneficial for us. But we should not ask for that, but even if you want to, don't go to demigod for any material benefit, because they will not help you eventually. They will ultimately going to go against your devotional service. So that's the position here. So Lord Shiva, as I say, like he is glorified in various places in Srimad Bhagavatam. And one of the places that is mentioned glorified is when Lord Shiva drank the poison. So you might have known this pastime of churning of the milk ocean. What we call like Samudra Manthan. In Sanskrit it's called Samudra Manthan or churning of the milk ocean. So once upon a time what happened is that there is always a fight between demigods and demons. Right? So one time demigods they became very weak because they offended one sage Durvasa. So they became very weak and because of that demons defeated them. All the demons they defeated them. So they all approached Lord Vishnu. Demigods whenever they are in trouble they always go to Lord Vishnu for help. So they approached Lord Vishnu and Lord Vishnu said that in order for you to become again more powerful, we need to get nectar out of the ocean. So for that we need to churn this ocean. But you are very powerful, but alone you cannot do this task. We have to call demons also because they are very powerful also. So when you both together work, then you will get the nectar. So then Lord Indra approached Bali Maharaj, who is the king of the demons, and they made a deal. Okay, we'll make half, we'll get the profit, and then we'll make half, and let's go and churn the milk ocean. Demons were very clever. They thought, these demigods are very weak. Once the things will come, we'll take everything from them and then we'll throw them out. So when they start churning the milk ocean, the very first thing that came out is Alahal Vish or Kalkuta Vish. This poison. Great amount of poison came. It was so humongous. The fumes were going everywhere. The whole world the fire was coming out of that poison. And as soon as demigods and demons, they saw the poison is there, they all ran away from there. They thought what to do. Then Lord Vishnu said it's time for Lord Shiva to cross. So they all actually say okay, let's all together go to Lord Shiva and ask Lord Shiva to help at this time. So they all went to Lord Shiva and they say my dear Lord, we are in trouble. Please help us. Then Lord Shiva said, what can I do for you? Then they say there is a poison there which is going to kill all of us. Do something about that. So Lord Shiva said, poison? Then Lord Shiva was sitting and then he asked his wife. They are asking me to do something about poison. What should I do? Mother Parvati knows the power of Lord Shiva. So she says, my Lord, whatever you wish, you can do it. So what Lord Shiva did is that he took whole poison into his palms, or the whole poison. He considered everything in his palms and he drank. But what he did is, he did not take the poison into his stomach, he just kept it in his throat. And then he white, and because of that, what he becomes? He become blue throated. His throat become black, blue. And he got the name Neelkanta. So that's the power of Lord Shiva. He is not an ordinary living entity, as I say, but he is a powerful demigod. So we should approach Lord Shiva we should offer prayer to Lord Shiva not for material benefit. There is a if you go to Vrindavan, there are various temples of Lord Shiva. And one of the famous temple is Gopeshwar Mahadev. Right? So generally devotees, all the Vaishnavas, when they go visit Vrindavan, so they actually ask blessings from Gopeshwar Mahadev before they enter Vrindavan. Because he is called Kshetrapal. He is the protector of the Vrindavan Dham. So this is one of the works that we have like here, which basically like we are offering our prayers to Lord Gopeshwar Mahadev, so that we can actually get the pass, we can enter into Vrindavan Dham. So I will just recite this and we will stop it. So I will recite, and after that you can follow me. Vrindavani pati jaya soma soma mole.
Vrindavani pati jaya soma soma mole.
Sanak sanandan sanatan nardaya.
Sanak sanandan sanatan nardaya.
Gopeshwar vraj vilasi vangri padme.
Gopeshwar vraj vilasi vangri padme.
Prema paryech nirupadi namo namaste.
Prema paryech nirupadi namo namaste.
This is the verse written by Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in Sankalp Kalpadruma 103. So I read the translation. O great keeper of Vrindavan, O Soma, all glories to you. O you whose forehead is decorated with the moon, Soma, and who is worshipable to the sages headed by Sanak, Sanandan, and Narada. O Gopeshwar, desiring that you bestow upon me pure love for the lotus feet of Shri Radha and Krishna, who perform joyous pastimes in Vrajadham, I offer my obeisances unto you again and again. So we'll stop here with this prayer to Lord Shiva for today's very auspicious day, that Lord Shiva can actually give us entry into the Vrindavan Dham, where we can worship Lord Radha and Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mahashivratr. Wonderful talk on the demigods and Lord Shiva. We're going to have kirtan now, followed by prasadam. If anybody has any questions about tonight's class, during prasadam, you can speak to Mahashivratr. Okay, tonight's kirtan will be led by Mahashivratr. Hare Krishna. So during the kirtan,